Thank God. Thank God that I just figured out the cause of the random beep that was going on at Hooker Boy Studios for the last 3 days. You can take the smoke detector down, but if you leave the battery in, it's still going to beep. So let that be a note for all you would-be house smokers. Hello. How are you? Did you watch the big game? It's just me right now. We'll get to that reasoning. Did you have fun? I thought today was going to be fun. I thought I was going to have a nice snowy recording. I was going to do it yesterday, and I was like, no, wait. There's a forecast ahead that says we're going to get almost 2 feet of snow. Why don't you wait and cozy up and then do it? Tell your tales then. But nope, just rain. I mean, there were flakes, but it was mostly rain. Didn't stick. I think... Nope, not astrologers. Fuck. The weather people. What are they called? Oh my god. Oh no, my phone is dead. I can't even look it up. Oh no. This is going to kill me. Name for weather people. Meteorologist. There it is. Astronomer, meteorologist. I knew it was space related. Okay, so yeah, I just think that meteorologists decide every now and again to give the working public a day off. They all band together, all the Northeast meteorologists band together and just say, hey, let's tell the people there's a storm coming. Let's get everyone riled up, have them hunker down for a day, give them a day to do nothing. I mean, Mayor Wu the mayor of Boston called a state of emergency for the quote-unquote snow. There's nothing on the ground. It's kind of, there's sun peeking through the clouds right now. So that's hilarious. We all just got a free day to rot. So, the big game. I don't understand why everyone is mad about the Taylor stuff. Because she's hot. And if most of the people watching football are straight dudes, so you should be happy when they show hot women. Blake Lively was there, also hot. And if you say, oh, Danny, you only like white women. Nope, Ice Spice was there, also hot. Gotcha. So yeah, why are you complaining? Also, I feel like a lot of the people who are mad about them showing her have also in their lives wanted a woman, a partner who enjoys football. You know how that's going to happen? Them showing Taylor Swift. All those times where you were like, oh man, I wish I was gay. I could just hang out with my bro and watch the football game. We could hook up at halftime. All those hack bits. Maybe you do just want to hook up with your friend, and that's cool too. But Taylor Swift is going to get a lot of women into football. You might find the love of your life who will blow you at halftime. Or it's your friend Frank. Open your mind. So hello. Hope your week is off to a good start. Snow or no snow, wherever you may be. This was the first ever rescinded offer for a guest at dinner at your place. That's why it is just me today. I had asked somebody to come on. I spent a couple of hours with them, and thought, hey, you know what? Maybe I don't want to cook for you. Maybe, maybe you don't get to experience this love language of mine. I'm not going to say their name, of course, because that's mean. But if you put two and two together of who I was working with in the past couple of days, I'm sure you can figure it out. I did not even book this person, too, so I have no idea how this got thrown to me. It started, I saw a bunch of messages from the people who did book him saying that he was looking for a space to stay in town. You know, he hadn't had a room yet. So I messaged the person who, was doing the shows over the weekend on Wednesday. And I said, hey, I know you're coming into town tomorrow. I just wanted to make sure you had a roof over your head. I just wanted to make sure that you have some place to crash. And they said, yes, I have rented an Airbnb. I'm good. Don't worry. And I was like, perfect. So, couple messages get fired. That's when I said that, hey, if I can cook for you before the show, we do recording, might be fun. They said, great. Sounds like a good time. So Thursday, I get a message from them saying, hey, I'm in the area a little early. Is it cool if I drop my stuff at your apartment before going to the Airbnb? I have just got to put my stuff somewhere, I guess, was his thinking. And I said, okay, that's fine. I am working, though. I have, my day job. I'm very busy. I really can't hang out. I can leave the back porch unlocked for you. You can put your stuff there. It's a nice day and safe neighborhood, especially during the day. No worries. And if you don't feel comfortable with that, you can. I live upstairs of the apartment. You can use the hallway there. And they say, great. I won't bother you. And so a little bit goes by, and I see a message from them that the way it's phrased makes it seem as if they just wandered into my downstairs neighbor's apartment with like a picture of their stuff on the floor saying like, hope I didn't just wander into your neighbor's place. And I was like, oh my fucking Christ, what is going on? So I sprint downstairs. Thank God it seemed like a miscommunication. They were scooting off the porch. And I said, you didn't just walk into their apartment, right? And he said, no. I was here on the porch. I just, needed a place to charge my phone. And I've never once seen an outlet on that back porch. So, gonna have to investigate that. But he says, can I just come upstairs for a little bit to charge my phone? And I said, okay, sure. I have a call soon. And comes upstairs, and then this is like 1:15ish, proceeds to just sit in my apartment for the next 2 hours, blasting me with questions, all the while I'm trying to accomplish tasks for my day job. How long have you been doing comedy? Where'd you start? Who are some people you've worked with? And then all of these came at the same time. And anytime I tried to answer one question, it was just the opening for him to answer his own question. So how long have you been doing comedy? Oh, I've been doing it for about I've been doing it for like 10, 12-ish years, about that. Like, just would jump in and answer his own question and then ask 3 more. So that's our first couple of interactions in the first 20 minutes. I just text my boss. I'm like, hey, I got to postpone our call. So all of this is going on. He is talking to me about all of the sex he has. Anything he does, he is the best at, whether it be comedy or fucking. He shows me his phone that is specific. He calls it his fuck phone. Shows me specifically the cell phone dedicated to deviant sexual acts. And he just keeps saying, I want to fuck a guy who goes to Harvard. I just want to fuck some guy who goes to Harvard. And I was like, you can do that. That's your life. I can't help you with that, but you can do that, my man. So he's talking to me about all the people he's hooked up with. He's talking to me about some nurse who would go off of, like when they were on break from the hospital, they would go run over and num 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 num. I guess that's how I'm going to describe a blowjob. And he's saying like, it's the best. It was so good. And then keep talking about how hot he was. And I was like, cool. I bet he's super hot. And he's like, I'm going to show you a picture. I was like, okay. And I was expecting I don't know why, a headshot type photo. Something along those lines. I have no idea if this person is attractive because he just showed me a picture of his butthole. There's just this nurse, face down, butt up in the air, tatted everywhere. I was like, oh, it's okay, nice tattoos. That's like what I could get from the photo. The tattoo artist did a great job. He's like, yeah, isn't he so hot? I was like, I guess. I can't tell. So all of this is going on. At one part, he says to me, do you have anything I could munch on? I was like, what are you... Dude, leave my apartment. Go get a fucking sandwich. Who are you? So, obviously because I am non-confrontational and try to be nice, I said, yes, of course, I will find you some food. I had made another round of the Mike Kaplan peanut noodle sauce. So I had some of that left over. And I said, oh, you can have this. This is really all I have. I unfortunately have to go grocery shopping. I don't really have any snacks around, but this is really great. He took like 4 bites and then grabbed a cookie and left the bag open. They were already a little bit stale. But still, it's the principle of the matter. It was a full bowl of food. He took 4 bites. And I was like, well, shit, there goes a meal's worth of food. So he finally leaves the apartment. By the way, this is day 1. This is Thursday. We're working together Saturday. He finally leaves the apartment. And the show he was doing that night unfortunately got canceled, where I had nothing to do with that show, but I knew of one happening on that same night on Thursday, so I just did a group message with the booker of the Thursday show and this other person and said, hey, unfortunately a spot was canceled. Do you, booker, have anything on your show? He says, yes, we have 1 spot open. I would love to have you. It's at this time, this place. And I was like, great. I have accomplished. I've done the extra credit. Then I get a message that says, hey, can you find me another spot for tonight? Not like that one wasn't good enough. It was like, can you get me another in addition to the one you have already found? It's like, I'm not a booker. I'm not an agent. Also, by the way, I would have loved to have done that spot that you have. Let's not forget that I am a comedian trying to find you spots where I would have loved to have said, "Hey, I'll just do that spot myself." So it's like, okay, I don't really. There's that. I told you about these other shows going on tonight. Maybe you could slide on there. And he says, "Oh, can you?" Oh wait, no, that's not even how. He says, "What about the house shows?" That was it. He's asking me to get him another spot, and I was like, "I don't know. I did what I could." Blah blah blah. And he's like, "What about these house shows? What about the house shows you were talking about?" And I was like, "It's Thursday night. There's no house shows going on a Thursday night. I have no idea. I didn't say house shows." And I said, "Do you mean this other person whose name sounds similar to house?" And he just responded with, "Yeah, IDK, LOL." And I was like, "You really just do not listen. You do not care about what comes out of another human being's mouth. All you want to do is reap the rewards of people who help you." So I was like, if that's who you're talking about, I don't really know that guy that well. I can't really, shoot the message and do what I just did with this other person. I'm sorry. And I say that thinking that's the end of the rope. And he goes, "Well, do you think he will give guest spots if I go?" I was like, maybe. It's up to him. I don't know, him or the show. He goes, "Do you think it's worth my time?" I was like, "I don't know. He's gonna be there. It's your decision." I don't, and I'm just trying so hard and to not spaz on him. That's really it. I just keep saying, "I don't know, this, that." And he goes, "Well, what time does it start?" And finally I was like, "Fuck this." I just sent him the story and was like, "I can't help you out further. Like, it's your call. It's your decision if you want to go over there. He's going to be there. You claim to be friends with the headliner. Why don't you message them and see if they will get you on the show? That seems like a better path than just bothering me." I didn't say any of I basically just sent the story and said, "Sorry, can't help you out. I know that the show starts at this time and is here." I really wish I had said all the other stuff. So this is day one of interacting with this human being, and gave me an uneasy feeling where during our conversation they kept referencing people that they worked with, people that they were friends with. Oh my God, they love this person so much, and they love this person back. He also wouldn't shut up about how maybe I shouldn't, because he does open for that person, and that one might be a little too much of a breadcrumb. But he a mutual person we both know came up, and he was like, "Oh my God, we're so close, blah blah blah." And I was like, "Well, I love that person. They were a past guest. I'm going to text them immediately the second you are not in my presence to get the full story on you." So all my text said was, "Hey, I'm going to give you a name. If you could, I don't want to say anything else, just react the way you feel about this person." Said the name. They then sent 6 texts rapid fire about how selfish, how self-absorbed, how awful of a human being that this person is. One of the texts that they said was, "If it wasn't for comedy, this person would be a murderer." They're just that sociopathic. So I was like, awesome. That seals it. I will certainly not be cooking for this person. Friday rolls around, And I had a message that said, "Hey, are you working today? Was gonna get some breakfast, then go to the gym." Didn't answer that because I was working. Then he sends another one like 2 hours later that says, "Was gonna come hang." What the fuck? Go explore the city that you're in. Go do literally anything except sit in my living room and mooch off of me. You said you didn't come to this city last time when the big headliner you opened for was in Boston. Why don't you go wander around? So it's like I slammed. Sorry, can't. Very busy. Um, thank God that that's all that happened that day because if a repeat of what happened Saturday happened the day before as well, I would have lost my fucking lid. So Saturday rolls around, I get the same, itinerary of him where he's like, gonna eat breakfast, go to the gym. I got this from this o'clock to this o'clock. Reminder, I did not book this person. Literally, all I said was, "Do you have a place to stay?" That's it. That was like our first interaction was Wednesday, the day before they showed me Butthole. Oh, also, yeah, when they were hanging out, when they did a light breaking and entering, um, they kept making the remark of like, "Oh, I wish I just saved the money and stayed here. You have N64, you have GameCube, you have Switch. Like, I would have had so much more fun here. I would have had such a good time. I would have saved the money." I was like, "What about the human that you'd be staying with, who has work and other things to accomplish? What about them?" So Saturday, I get the itinerary again. And I was at this point, I was like, I'm so out. I just have to make up the bullshit excuse at this point. I was like, something happened. I have to deal with personal things. And he goes, "Oh, okay. I hope things are all right. What are you doing at 6 p.m.?" And I was like, "Actually, I'm setting up for the show that you're doing, that you're headlining at." And he goes, "Oh, I want to get the phrasing right. My phone is dead, unfortunately. Something along the lines of, oh, I have this other show at 6, was trying, I have this other show at 6, because the next one was where then I. So I said, "Oh, don't worry about it. Our show doesn't start till 7:30. There's a couple spots before you. You should have plenty of time to, get from that show to this show." And then he said, "Oh, I know, was trying to save money on Ubers." And then I responded with, "Wait, did you want me to drive you to a show I'm not on?" He sent me a voice memo that I did not listen. I don't like voice texts. They're just. I'm not going to listen to it. Just type it out, please. So he sends me a voice memo. And I look at it and I was like, I'm not going to listen to this at all. I'm just going to wait until I get to the show and listen to it with the other people I work with and make fun of this guy. And then he unsent it. So who knows what that was a message about. It's like 45 seconds long or something, it said in the preview. He also asked if he was like, at the same time when he was like, was gonna try and save money on Ubers. Also, are you at your house now? Can I bring my merch over? And my brain was like, for what? So I can bring it to the venue? Bro, you're closer to the actual venue. Well, your Airbnb is closer. So, all in all, this was very much give an inch, take a mile type of person. And once it was confirmed from someone that I very much look up to and is an actual good comic, was like, this person sucks. I was like, yeah, no, all right. I'm not, this is just not a conversation I want to have. I don't want to go through the effort of making this person what they asked for. It was not the easiest meal in the world, and I don't want to be talked at for an hour. He wouldn't shut up about how he's friends with Mateo Lane too, and how hot Mateo is, and how hot Mateo's husband is. And I was like, dude, I don't care. And then I was like, wait, Mateo's married? He said, yeah, this is his name. And I looked him up and I was like, damn, he is pretty hot. It's like the one thing that I will agree with you. But I don't care who you're friends with. I don't care who you open for. Especially if you're just shouting it at someone trying to impress them. Do you have anything I could munch on? What what a psycho. So yeah, that's why it's just me. And I'll look for somebody, but they can't show me random butthole. Well, I take that back. Give me the heads up first.